Hey guys, it's Jane, and today we're going to talk about chapters 16 to 19 in Bud Not Buddy, a Newbery Medal winner, okay? This book, this awesome book, which you probably read all of it now, right? Is by Christopher Paul Curtis. And actually, he's also the author of The Watsons Go to Birmingham. Really cool book. Hope that you also read that one, okay? I might do a book club on that one. Or it might already be up, okay? By the time you watch this. Okay, so chapter 16, Bud. How do you think that Bud felt when he discovered that Miss Thomas must have undressed him? And also, I want to ask you that, why do you think that Bud acted all loud when he went downstairs? And also, why do you think that Bud was so exhausted? Because, well, of course, you do know that. So I'm gonna ask you a harder question. If you were Bud and you heard the news that you were gonna stay there, how would you have felt? Would you have felt miserable because you're gonna be with Herman E. Calloway, or would you be very happy because well, there's a lot of happy things about this too, right? Except for Herman E. Calloway. And also, if you had heard the deal about like cleaning the house, what do you feel about that deal? Do you like cleaning the house, or do you like just absolutely hate it? Well, I do like cleaning the house. Well, in 1 to 10, I would do a 5. Okay, half. Okay, and also, I wanted to ask you about this case that Steady Eddie gives Bud, right? What did you think about that case? And if you were Bud, would you have kept your stuff in your suitcase or in the new case, which is pretty old? So, you know, a new old case, right? And also, I also wanted to ask you, what did you think about Bud's nickname, Sleepy LeBone? Do you like it? But what if it was put on you? If it was put on you, would you like it or would you not like it? Personally, I wouldn't like it, but it's only my opinion, okay? And also, I wanted to ask you, even if you didn't really hear like the practice, what did you think about it? And if you have been Bud, would you have clapped about it? And what do you think it should be called? Do you think it should be called Herman E. Calloway and the Dusky Devastators of the Depression? Or do you think it should be called Miss Thomas and the Dusky Devastators of the Depression and a mean old guy on the giant fiddle? Which one do you think it is? And what do you think about Miss Thomas's singing, or at least the whole song, right? In those instruments, what instrument would you like to play? And then like from all the instruments in the world, what would you like to play? Okay. And also, do you like traveling on cars? Because Bud travels on a car a lot, right? And if you had been Dirty Deed, right? And he's a white, and if you have been Dirty Deed, and well, of course he's a white for a reason, right? And that's not because of music. Well, it is sort of music, right? But like not because really of his skill. If you're Dirty Deed, how would you feel about that? And also, I wanted to ask you about the Rock. So at first, what did you think this was all about? Like, you know, like those rocks, and Flint and all that. What did you think they were before you knew about the rocks? What do you think they were about? And also, when Bud learned about his grandfather, who is Herman E. Calloway, what did you feel? Were you expecting this, or was it like a completely new concept to you? Were you like blown away? Was your mind blown away? And was it surprising that Angela Janet, his mother, was the daughter? Well, of course, to be the grandfather, of course, that has to happen. But still, and would you like a father who has a big belly and is so old? Would you like a father like that? Not me. But also, okay, so did you feel a little sad for Herman E. Calloway after this? And not sad, but like sympathize. Did you just sympathize? And also, I wanted to ask you, how do you think that Bud felt? Why do you think that Bud touched Herman E. Calloway? Why do you think he did that? And also, I wanted to ask you about the older you get, the worse something has to be to make you cry. Do you agree with that? And can you think of 2 things, okay? One from when you were younger and one from like the present. And could you make them, could you compare them, and are they different in any way? Was the time that you cried right now was it a little more terrible than the thing that you cried about when you were a little kid? And I wanted to ask you, if you had been in all this, how would you feel if you were Bud? There's all this talk about his mother. He really misses his mother, right? How would you feel if you had been Bud? And also, he's got a frame, right? Not a frame, but a picture now. How do you think that Bud feels that he's got an actual picture and not of his mother that is not a little kid, and right now she's smiling? And did you feel a little sorry about? And also, I wanted to ask you, if you had been Bud's mother, would you have run away, or would you have just stuck to what you had to do and gone to college? And do you think that Herman E. Calloway was right for just making her work a lot and expecting a lot out of her, or do you think that Herman E. Calloway was wrong? And I also want to ask you, that horn that Bud got, what did you think of that horn? And if you had been Bud, would you have liked it, or would you have liked another instrument, or would you have not liked an instrument at all? And finally, I wanted to ask you, and it is, do you think that Bud will be able to play with the band in a few weeks? Or do you think that's not very realistic, okay? But anyway, I wanted to ask you, as always, what was your favorite part in these chapters? And then what was your favorite part in this whole book? I actually really, personally, I like my favorite part was actually in the whole book. Well, I can't really choose, but in these chapters, well, now you have to say, maybe not favorite part, an important part actually. Or a sad part might be your favorite part, right? So I actually thought that Herman E. Calloway and all that mystery unraveling, I thought that was my favorite part. And I also wanted to ask you, what was your favorite character in the story? It might be Herman E. Calloway, Grumpy Herman E. Calloway, or the main character, Bud, or Miss Thomas, or Steady Eddie, or Mr. Jimmy. Who? And finally, I wanted to ask you, how did you like this book? We've read the whole book, but not Buddy. You should be proud. This book is a great book, and I hope that you really, really, really enjoyed this book with me. I just love this book, and I'm gonna read this book multiple times. Hope that you do too. And just wanted to say, and there are more books everywhere, okay guys? The Watsons Go to Birmingham is another book that Christopher Paul Curtis has made. But I also wanted to just tell you, there are some others too. There's some like Wish. Okay, I am also doing this book club. And I'm also doing Escape from Mr. Lemoncello's Library. And then also I'm doing other books too, okay guys? So always be on the lookout for these books. Hope that you have an awesome, great day. Or if it's night like this right now, then have a great rest of your night, okay guys?